Morning, everyone. Start of day 11. Just leaving the town of Boiling Springs. I don't know, it's maybe 8:15. Just had breakfast at Cafe 101. Had some French toast and some sausage and some orange juice. Delicious. Highly recommend Cafe 101 in Boiling Springs. Stayed last night at Lisa's Hostel. Her bunkhouse is unheated, so it was a bit of a chilly night. It was in the mid-30s. It's still there right now. Definitely the coldest day I've had on trail. We'll see what the plan holds for today. I'm a little beat up from yesterday. I felt pretty good when I first got up, but now that I'm hiking, I'm a little sore. The other issue is rain. So today is Tuesday. I don't know, I'm 25 miles roughish from Duncannon. The issue is the hostel owner said there are thunderstorms rolling in on Friday, and she definitely recommended against people being on trail on Friday. So because I could be in Duncannon tomorrow, right? That would be Wednesday, then take a zero on Thursday, but then that puts me back out on trail in those storms. So the other option is sort of have a very short, maybe 8-mile day today, stop in Carlisle. That's a short day, that's an 8-mile day, but if you average yesterday and today, that'd be 26, so that'd be an average of 13, which is about what I was doing, so that's probably about right. And then I could have like I don't know, 12-mile day on Wednesday, and then that's a really short, like 4 or 5 mile day into Duncannon on Thursday, and then zero on Friday, and avoid the majority of the storms. So that's what I'm leaning towards. I'm kind of giving back. I worked really hard yesterday and I gained that day. I'm kind of giving that back, but I guess that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. So anyway, I will keep you posted. See you up the trail. We have reached a stone wall, which the guidebook lists at mile 1125.8. Now, why do I point out that stone wall at 1125.8? Well, I started my journey in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia at mile 1025.8, which means I have completed 100 miles of the Appalachian Trail. And I'm pretty proud of that. Now, I will admit that in the past, when I've watched other people's videos, most people will denote when they reach 100 miles. For northbounders leaving from Georgia, I believe it's Albert Mountain. There's like a fire tower and it has 100 miles printed on it, and everybody sort of takes their picture at that spot. And what I would do is, divide 100 miles by sort of however many days that it's taken them, right? So you can get a sort of miles per day average that they're doing. And then you can say, okay, well, the trail is X miles long divided by whatever pace they're going. And you could say, well, if they don't get any faster, they're going to be out here for whatever, right? And in my case, it's day 11, so that's roughly a 9-mile average so far, right? And if you do the distance of the trail divided by that, you'll rapidly come to the conclusion that if I don't get any faster, right, I'll be out here for almost forever, right? And I used to do that, and I would judge people, and I'm not going to do that anymore, right? I realize now that sort of 100 miles is really, really hard, right? And lots of people that attempt this don't make it 100 miles, right? In mountain crossings in Georgia, right? I don't know, something like 1,000 people probably never make it out of Georgia every year. So I'm proud of my achievement. I'm not going to sort of say, okay, well, how much time do I have left and all that stuff. All I'm going to do is just try to celebrate making it 100 miles. So I thank you everyone for your support, and let's keep plugging along. Here's what we're walking through this morning. You can see a beautiful house up there. It's got a loafing shed for some horses, nice fence, nice barn. Trail is just grass. This is super nice. We are walking through, really it's like a little strip of woods in between all these farmlands, and my guess is one of these farmers just spread a whole lot of chicken litter on their fields to fertilize. Now, as I mentioned before, my wife and I, we own one horse. We also serve as foster parents for another horse. We work with a rescue agency. and help try to rehabilitate horses and find them adoptive parents. And so the average horse can probably generate 25 to 50 pounds of manure a day. Right now, my wife is typically, when I would be home, would be the ones that would muck out the stalls in the morning and sort of put it in the wheelbarrow. And then she would do that after the horses were out for the day. And then when I got home from work, I would be the one that sort of brings the horses in, feeds them dinner, and then takes the wheelbarrow out and dumps the manure in our manure pile. And by the time I get home from this trip, I imagine that our manure pile will easily be 15,000 pounds of manure. Now, why do I mention that? Well, really only to say that I am no stranger to the smell of manure, but this smell is some next level stuff. Whew, that is quite stinky. But anyway, let's hope for a wind shift or to just get by these farms. Good morning, everyone. It is 6:17, morning of day 12. I didn't do a wrap-up video for day 11, but what we did yesterday was we started here in Boiling Springs, 1124.3, very flat walking, and we ended here at 1132.3, Carlisle, Pennsylvania. So that was just an 8-mile day. It was flat walking and it was perfect weather, but my feet were just really tore up after that long day. That was probably a mistake. So I tried to stay off my feet as much as possible and just rest. So I got in yesterday, basically went and got something to eat, posted the videos and stuff, called my wife, and then just tried to sleep as much as I could. So we'll see how the body starts today. So the plan today is I'm about to go back to the Middlesex Diner. It's right next to the Quality Inn. I recommend the Quality Inn when you're in Carlisle. It's 0.5 west off the trail, but there's a diner next door, and there's also, I think, a convenience store pretty close by. So we're going to start here in Carlisle, pretty flat walking for a bit. All right, we've got one sort of climb, and then we're going to have a stair-step climb, and we are shooting for 1145.9. So that's a, 12, 13 mile day. Guidebook says it is rocky once we get up on that ridge. So that's the plan. I'll catch up with you up the trail. All right, everybody, we're about 3 miles in. I don't know if you can see to the right there. It's a nice creek. There is a road off in the distance you can hear, but this is what the trail looks like. Rained last night. Trail's starting to dry out. My feet are pretty wet, but I think they'll dry out. But just beautiful walking today. I don't know what these flowers are. Again, my plant and flower skills are nothing if anybody knows what those are. But anyway, I'll let you listen for a while. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the interlude in the farmlands of Pennsylvania, but we have resumed our regularly scheduled programming of rocks and climbing. Hello, everybody. Just stopped to take a quick break. Now, I'm guessing most of my viewers know that the Taj Mahal is in India, but I bet what you didn't know is that the Taj Mahal Privy is here at the Darlington Shelter just south of Duncannon, Pennsylvania. Now, I've never been to the actual Taj Mahal. I'm sure it's more majestic than this privy, but if you're just looking to urinate and or defecate in a wooden box in the middle of the woods, the Taj Mahal Privy will get it done. Now, I realize that's 2 fecal-themed talking points within the same video, but I hope I've developed a relationship with my viewers such that we can talk about these important issues. Okay, everyone, we have reached the Cove Mountain Shelter, and go ahead and let you read this sign. If you had asked me before this trip to list 100 obstacles that I thought I would face, I didn't think getting kissed by a quilled rodent would be one of them. But this means I don't think I'm going to stay in the shelter. I better go find a tent site. All right, everybody, let's wrap up day 12. Started here at 1132.3, Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Had some flat walking, then we sort of climbed up to Darlington Shelter, took a break there. Bit of a descent, and then sort of once you got up on that ridge, pretty rocky. It says trail very rocky from here, and they definitely mean it. So We're here at 1145.9 Cove Mountain Shelter. Let me flip the camera around. So based on that porcupine warning, I went ahead and pitched my tent, probably illegally. There's no designated tent sites, and so the flattest spot I could find is actually on a fire road that sort of is close to the shelter. I don't know if anyone's going to drive up here or not. I kind of doubt it, but there is one hiker that couldn't find any other flat spot to tent, so he's going to go ahead and try to sleep in the shelter. So we'll see what happens. But all in all, not too bad of a day. It was good hiking. It's just the difficult part of this trip for me is living in the woods, right? So you hike all day and then you kind of come up with some sort of unexpected difficulty, and that can be mentally hard to deal with at the end of the day. But I do have self-service, so probably call my wife here in a little bit. But already eaten, there's a bear box, so the food's in there. I don't think a porcupine's going to try to get in here, but we'll just have to see. So anyway, I will catch up with you on the next video. Have a good night.
If you enjoyed this video, I would ask two things. First, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those actions help us grow the community so that we can put more good out into the world. Second, when I'm not out on an adventure, I am a college professor. A college education can be transformative, but college is an expensive proposition. However, I think we can help, so I'm asking you to please donate to support scholarships for students at the Sam M. Walton College of Business at the University of Arkansas. There are two ways you can navigate to the donation page. First, you can scan the QR code that you see on the screen. Please have cookies enabled in your browser. The second method is to navigate to the URL that you see on the screen or in the description to this video. When you arrive at that page, what should you see? Well, you will be on the online giving website for the University of Arkansas. You should notice that the designation and the other department, program, or fund fields are automatically populated. That's going to tell the fundraising personnel to automatically associate any funds raised with our effort here on this channel. All you have to do is enter an amount and your personal information. I will keep you up to date with our fundraising progress as we move through the adventure. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you on the next video.